Mic check.
Mic check. 1, 2.
Give me that mic check.
Mic check. Mic check. Hey. Yeah.
If you're listening, let us know if the audio is yay or nay. But we know it's gonna be yay because we're like,
Because we're pros.
yeah. Basically pros. Okay, so what's up? We got Brooks Brown here, and Ready or Not, here we go.
Yeah, right?
I'm curious to know like the when Joe Rogan rolls into these.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they have a bit of a conversation before, and then he goes live in 3, 2, 1, and then like what is going through the other person's mind? It's like what's going through your mind right now?
That's a good question. I mean, it's a lot of just like everything. I'm just like thinking about everything. Like,
Is there any kind of like? Do you feel like something like there's people?
There was some
It's going on the
anticipation,
internet.
you know?
It's going on the internet.
Mhm.
It's gonna be there.
yeah.
Like, is that like? Is there any anxiety? Like a little bit, and because for me it is. Like I'm always like,
Oh, totally.
should I?
It's like putting music out. I mean, when you put something into the world, it's like it's there forever.
Yeah.
Everything, like now on the internet, you know.
But
so.
it's less like with music. It's not as transparent. You know,
Mhm.
like when you put out music. Then again, you do write your own lyrics, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
And so when you release those, then it's like, yeah. But for me, it's more I do more instrumental. So it's like, do they know what I was thinking when I made this? Like, do they know why I titled it?
Right. Yeah.
Suicidal Thoughts
Yeah.
or fill in the blank.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't made a song with the title Suicidal Thoughts, but anyway. Okay, so we'll roll into it, and the
dude.
question of the day is that sets the foundation and the precedent and the. I'm just trying to think of some stupid words I've heard in the news.
Some nice vocabulary.
Yeah. Who is your God?
I mean, I was raised a Christian. I was raised in the Christian church, Christian faith, and so I do believe that like there's one God, and that is God Himself, and I believe like Jesus walked the earth and died for our sins, and I still believe that to this day. I think I've become a little bit less involved with that, and maybe there's some other godly like figures in my life. Like I think I consider music a very spiritual thing for me, but there will always
And
be
Kanye.
Like, yeah,
And
and
Kanye.
Kanye. How about that? Yeah, Jesus is King. We should talk about that for sure. That's a dope album. But yeah, man, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus.
Talk about that. I mean,
Yeah.
like, what Jesus is King dropped, and like, what was your first like?
Dude, I was a little bit skeptical, to be honest with you. Like when Kanye says he's gonna drop a gospel album, because he's had those themes for a really long time. Even on like Life of Pablo, like there was a lot of spiritual energy about that record, even though it was also very violent and dark.
Yeah.
So I was interested to see where he would take it, but I think he did a pretty good job. I think he really is like committed. Like I think he's really committed in his faith, and like that's great, man.
Yeah.
Get on him.
Were you-
Spreading the gospel.
What did I want to know? This is that. Do you think that because I know that when you bring God into music, like I when I called you, I was like, can we talk about this?
Mm-hmm.
Because when it comes to musicians and their core beliefs, which is strange to think, is that most of the time the music that somebody creates comes from their core beliefs. Like I believe that, or else it's like I said, propaganda.
Yeah, or it's
Right?
considered like inauthentic.
Yeah.
Like it's not true artistry. It's not
Yeah.
the artists being themselves.
Yeah. And that feeling isn't there. Like that real like wholesome, emotion, that deep. Anyway, so I don't know. I'm kind of just spouting off right now, but I think it's just. I think that when Kanye did it, it like started talking about it. Is like it said, okay, people can talk about their religious beliefs and you can still like their music or absolutely hate their music.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, yeah. I think there's a lot of like stigma around like describing what you believe in too, like even through music. I mean, it's a critical world out there right now. People really criticize what's going on, especially in music, and so I think it's pretty brave of him to basically reimagine like his whole career. I mean, like I think he said like this was the most important record he had ever done because it was the only one that like mattered this much to him because he was like believing in it that much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's crazy that I don't think it negates the last records. Like I think they're still there and they're still like art pieces.
Sure.
It's interesting to see how he treats the last couple albums.
Well, you didn't come here to just talk about Kanye. So.
Yeah. Forget Kanye.
So, although his life is pretty freaking crazy.
Yeah, I look up to the guy for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway.
but before we do get off Kanye, what was the first song that you remember hearing of his?
Oh man, I remember like Graduation. Like that was probably the first record.
And how old were you?
I was like maybe 8 or 9, I think.
What were you doing then?
I was in a car with my mom, I think, right? Yeah, I think I was riding with my mom in the car, and she played me like.
Shout out to mom.
Yeah, shout out Rock Mom. I think it was specifically it was Graduation, but I think it was specifically the song, like Good Life. You know that song? Welcome to the Good Life. Yeah, it's a good one.
And so you were in a car at 8 years old.
Yeah.
So you're American.
Yes, I'm an American.
Okay. As if like any other country, like they would be in a buggy or something. But well, this is just the beginning, baby.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So what was that? Yeah, you grew up in the suburbs. I think that we're very similar in that like we kind of grew up in the. I don't know what we were saying earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I said it's because you grew up in the suburbs. What was that?
Oh man, what was it? I forgot. I can't remember. It was something about. Was it about cars or something?
No. You said something, and I looked at you, and I was like, it's because you grew up in the suburbs.
I can't remember what it was now. Anyway, but yeah, we're both from the suburb. What suburb are you from?
Like Liberty.
Liberty. Okay.
So
Cool.
like, and you're from.
Like Leawood, Overland Park.
That's right.
Area.
That's right.
It's technically like either or.
Crazy. Just met some other people from Leawood today.
Yeah.
And this isn't the first time we're meeting. Should we just like scroll it way back to? I want to go before I met you because I don't know a lot about who you are. Like you said that you went to church. Does that like we went on Easter and whatever? Christmas or was this
Easter,
something
Christmas,
like
Christians? Yeah.
yeah, I think there's a coined term for that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst thing for me. I can't stand it when they say they.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm in my thoughts right now.
No, I feel you. I know exactly what's going through your head, and like I would say to some extent, we were a little bit of the Easter Christmas Christian family, but also we made a point to go, like, you know, at least a couple times a month, and maybe not every Sunday.
Yeah.
But also, I was big into church band, like the youth group.
Yeah.
Like contemporary worship group.
Yep.
And so I did that.
Katy Perry here.
Yeah, right. I did that all through middle and high school. Like literally my all 7 years of middle through high school, I played at some capacity like in a worship band.
Yeah.
And so that was a huge commitment too. It was like Wednesday nights we would be there for 5-6 hours doing 2 different services for middle and high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would rehearse on Tuesdays and sometimes Thursdays too for like if I was playing Sunday. So it would be like easily a 10-hour week commitment, you know. But it was so sick because I met a lot of my friends that I have to this day, like my closest friends, through that, you know, through the church, through the youth group band, and through that. And I was telling you, I just came from a practice for Christmas Eve.
Yeah. So you're gonna be performing tomorrow?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Oh well, Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. Yeah. And then I'm playing the week after too. But yeah, dude, I church is awesome, man. I just meet so many great people through it. A lot of my mentors were guys that were older than me in the program or that had like been assistant, you know, worship leaders at the church. And yeah, dude. So that was a big part of my like earlier years.
So, okay.
But
see, I never got into the bands. I never got in. I always tried to be in the band. And I think that it's because maybe I was so mediocre at my instruments.
No, whatever.
No, you're for my music production. Like I kill it on the production.
You made the intro, yo.
I kill it on the production, but like as far as like, and it's true. Like you see that drum set right there?
Yeah.
That was the first instrument.
That's tight.
And I always remember, like just throwing down, man. I was so loud. I didn't know anything about dynamics. Mm-hmm. And I also didn't know like 16s and 32s. Like I didn't know when the transitions would happen.
Yeah.
So I would still be hitting on the hi-hat when I needed to switch to the ride.
Mm-hmm.
But to say the least, I would play the drums in the church band for about a year.
Nice.
and then
You play anything else? Did you go on to learn like other stuff? I know you produce.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first instrument. What was your first instrument?
Guitar.
Okay.
Guitar. Yeah.
I thought it was drums.
Yeah, I mean, some people think that just because like I do the drums on the beats and whatnot, but I started playing guitar when I was like 9, and my grandpa like had an acoustic in the corner of his house, and I was just like, "Can you teach me a couple chords on that?" So.
And he taught you how to play like.
Well, he taught me like the first 3 things I knew, or like open E and stuff like that. But
he teach you any scales?
No, I mean
Okay.
it was literally just like the boogie. You know what the boogie woogie is? You know what that is?
No.
It's like if you heard it, you would immediately know it. But I'm not gonna imitate it. But anyway, I learned that, and it was like a little duet we did.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would play the rhythm, and then I would play the lead, and then we would switch. And so it was like this instantly playable thing. It was just like an easy little thing. But that kind of sparked my interest to like actually take lessons and actually learn theory and
torrent Fruity
continue
Loops.
pursuing it. Yeah. So
did you torrent Fruity Loops, or how did you get? Or did you even start with Fruity Loops?
Yeah, that came later though. So like I was really into like alternative music and rock music. That was really what I was bumping like early middle school.
Yeah.
Actually, it was like elementary school. Yeah, my mom would play me like Kings of Leon and like Coldplay. That was my first concert.
Coldplay was your first concert?
Yeah, Coldplay at the Space Center. Yeah.
Oh, they've come so far.
Yeah, dude, I actually don't mind their last record. It's pretty good.
Did you hear what they said, that they're not going on tour because they are conscious about the global warming and how much how much
like environmentalism.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And they said that we're not going to go on tour because of how much
how much gas, how much the carbon footprint of a 50 semi truck.
Yeah, but like cut the lights. You don't need the lights. Play smaller shows. You can play the smaller shows.
Yeah, sure.
But if you're gonna go ahead and say like we're not gonna go on tour, then, and I didn't mean for this to get all political or whatnot, but
it's an interesting thing. Like I've never.
But mine was Avril Lavigne.
Oh, okay.
Mine was the first concert, Avril Lavigne. She was a skate. This was a little
100%.
bit past your time, but do you remember Avril Lavigne?
Of course, dude. That's not past my time.
You had to be like 15 or 16, 17, 18. No.
I was younger.
You were like 4 or 5. I'm thinking that you were older than me. How old are you?
I'm 22 now.
Okay.
Yeah, I just turned 22.
5-year difference.
Yeah, so you're 27. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. But yeah, man, I feel like it's always like some random Disney act. Like a lot of my buddies are like, yeah, Jonas Brothers was my first concert, or maybe it was like Hannah Montana, like the Hannah Montana tour. Yeah, no cap. Like I have friends that are like, my mom took me to Hannah Montana with my little sister or whatever.
Everybody's first concert is who was it? My dad's first concert was Neil Diamond. Do you know your dad's first concert?
I don't know what it was.
The only reason I know that is because, well, I'm not gonna say.
I don't know my mom's either. My brother's was probably like some random electronic show I dragged him out to.
Yeah.
It might have been like Avicii or Skrillex or something.
You said that kind of strange.
I said Avicii strange?
No.
Skrillex.
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 It was like it sounded like there was 2 words. I always said Skrillex.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is Skrillex.
But you said Skrillex.
Yeah, I always say Skrillex.
Do you listen to Skrillex? I'm sorry.
Skrillex. No, yeah, I've always said it like that. I don't know why. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of like Dead Mouse 5 when people say that. I'm like, yeah.
Or like 311.
Oh man. I've never heard that one. I've never heard that.
Come close to the mic. Come close.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You're okay.
I'm sorry. We're doing
Just don't come too close, or else it will become ASMR.
But yeah, so first concerts. It's funny.
So why do you do music? Why is that? That's such a stupid question.
No, that's not stupid.
No. When do you do music? I guess because whenever I do music, it's usually my best music comes from when I'm the most down and depleted.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I am the same way. It's kind of the extremes. I make my best music when I'm like really happy about something, or something insane just happened in my life, really like a really good thing, or a tragic thing has just happened.
Yeah.
It's crazy how consistent that is in my life. Like if something really bad happens, I also almost get excited right off like the rebound, because I know there's gonna be good stuff coming from it.
Yeah. Like when a project crashes.
Oh yeah. Or like one time, this is the worst story, dude. I was working with this guy, super nice guy. We were in my basement, cooked up this whole track for like 3 hours. I made the beat, he wrote the song, blah blah blah. And then at the very end, when I saved it, You know how? Oh no, I'm sorry. Ableton crashed. That's what happened. And so you can recover it usually, yeah. So you can go back in and say, okay, I want to reopen this or recover it.
Yes.
But you have to click recover. There's like a no option. And so my stupid I don't even know why, but I just instinctively clicked no. I was like, nope.
Because you work on a Mac and you're always like, no, I don't want to update my damn computer.
Yeah, or you're always just prompted these random things, and you always just click no. Okay, go away. And so this one time, it's the only time it's ever happened. Ever since then, whenever Ableton crashes, I'm like so consciously aware of what button I'm clicking. I'm like, okay, yes. Like all you have to do is hit enter too, and it's like, yeah. So
I did the same thing.
I
did the same thing. I worked on it for about 3 hours. And it's funny how that's the magic number. The 3 hours is you can really make a core tune. You know, aside from mixing and mastering and tweaking and panning and whatnot. Yeah. But 3 hours. And so I worked on it for 3 hours. Same kind of thing. But what happened? What did happen? I don't think the computer crashed. Okay. Anyway, I lost it.
Yeah.
But
corrupted or something.
Yeah. But after that, it was the first track that I actually sang. On.
Nice.
Do you remember your first track that you actually sang on?
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
That's why I always recommend to folks, produce for 7 years, and then add your vocals into it, so that you know all the tricks because I've gotten several other people on tracks and stuff, but never have I ever actually just anyway. So crashed, but the audio from the vocals was still there.
Okay.
So then I took that little ember and then and made a whole entire new song out of it. Yeah. And just this new song is something that I don't think I had. Well, I'll have to show it to you after this.
For sure.
I'll have to show.
Yeah, we gotta bump some tunes and
or maybe right now.
Catch up.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, you can play in the background.
Hear it?
I'm so down.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so just don't. For those listening, and you as well, the first take. My mom came over, right?
Sure.
I don't have air conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got heat.
Yeah.
All day long.
Feels good in here right now.
Oh, that's because I had the dryer on.
Nice.
To pump the hot air in.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got that little heater down there.
Innovation right there, man. That's innovation that excites.
Hear me out on this. Before you hear my vocals, the first three, there was only 3 takes on it. Because I had to turn off my little AC unit. It was like a little portable AC.
Yeah, I got the same thing in LA too. I got my little. It's right by my setup too. It's one of the big old ones. Yeah, it's right by it.
It runs out the window and it pumps. Yeah. But whenever you record your vocals, you got to turn it off.
Turn it off. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would turn it off, and it's not easy to just do first take, especially when it comes to me. Okay.
Yeah.
You as well.
Pretty universal thing. Yeah.
It's not gonna. So I did my second take, and it's not easy to get it on the second take, and sometimes it takes
about 10 or more.
Okay.
Some dudes will sit there and do 100 takes, man.
Mama J didn't really get that, and so she was like, can you turn on the air conditioner? It's getting hot in here. And I'm like, Ma, I gotta record this.
You don't understand.
in 6 weeks down the road, whenever I'm showing this track to Brooks Brown, did I put enough emphasis on the Brooks Brown, I need this to sound good. Well, to say the least, your mother, when she needs cool air, you give her
take care of her.
Yeah, so the third take,
the moral of the story is it's an early take. It's an earlier one?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the second vocal one was the one from the original, the Ember. And now that one I think is just
crisp.
Yeah,
on the money.
Yeah, except there's a pan that a side chain that happens on the vocals that doesn't line up as perfectly as I wish it would.
Nice.
But
yeah, mine, man. I'll go through and comp it word by word sometimes. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially with rappers. I'll sit down. I got one of my friends' name is Matt, and he's this up and coming rapper. I'm working on his project right now, and he notoriously picky about the timbre of each individual word, each individual syllable. It all has to be there.
Yeah.
So we'll multi-track for 3 hours, and then I'll just let him take the helm, and he'll just go through and just comp it himself.
Really?
All in Ableton too. Ableton comping is horrible.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing they need to add. But like my buddy uses Logic, and it's just like seamless. It's crazy.
Let's let everybody know what comping means. It basically means taking the audio wave and then lining it up to where it's on beat, right?
Yeah, kind of. Vocal comping is just recording a bunch of takes of the same part and then going through and like finding the best of each part from all the takes. Does that make any sense? Like, so you go through basically word by word or line by line or bar by bar, or however it may be, and then you basically just chop up the different takes and choose which one is best for each individual part. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I know I'm like describing it. Really
You're explaining it to the audience.
It's hard if you visualize it. It's easy. Like it's kind of like it's like putting together a puzzle. You know, like it's this empty template, and then you just like pick pieces from all the takes. And just put it all together into one, and that's called the comp. You know, so there you go.
I wish I took that time to find this track, the Triggity track, but I didn't. I'm trying to Here, tell me a story of the first Red Bull, and I want to tell you the story of my first Red Bull.
My first Red Bull? My first Red Bull drink? Oh, God. I was probably at some venue. I don't know. I'm more into, like, the sugar-free Red Bull now, though. I'm definitely with that a lot more, but...
Dude, you should have told me. I would have gotten you sugar-free.
No, bro. You killed it. Yeah, I'm down with Red Bull. I can't really do energy drinks for the most part, unless I'm drinking, like, Red Bull vodka. That's probably my go-to... well drink at a bar usually.
You drink alcohol?
My mom taught me that one as well. I'm mentioning my mom a lot because I know she's probably the only one watching this right now.
Yeah, I wonder if she commented or something.
Yeah, she commented in the live feed.
Did she?
Maybe.
Allie Carlson says smiley face.
Oh, hey, what's up, Allie? Speaking of, this is a good time to say this. I got a show in Kansas City January 3rd. Allie knows about it, and my mom knows about it.
Everybody else should know about it.
Everybody else should know about it. So come out. It's at the Roxy Bar. DJ set.
Is that in Kansas City?
Yeah. There's also a venue in LA called the Roxy, and so all my friends are like, "Yo, you're playing the Roxy?" I'm like, "Nah, dude, not that Roxy." But hey, man, shout out Jim Kilroy. Shout out the Roxy. It's a cool venue. Done a bunch of shows there.
Yeah, give all the shout outs. I'm trying to find his track. I sent it to a friend like 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, do your thing, man. Absolutely, do your thing. I'm excited to hear.
Really? Cause I didn't bring you here to show you some tracks, but
and
I wish you would have brought your dang computer.
Yeah, I did mess that up pretty badly. It was sitting on my kitchen counter too. Like I remember just looking at it and then walking out the door.
Well, I'm curious if you have you uploaded any onto your SoundCloud? That if you logged into your SoundCloud and then put it on private?
Yeah, I could do that if you wanted to.
Okay.
But yeah, I can always do the private. I have like a playlist of just all the unreleased stuff I'm working on right now.
Really?
Yeah. I'll also shoot that to you. I'll just send you a little care package.
I'm gonna tear it apart.
Little care package.
You gotta understand. I'm gonna tear that apart. I'm gonna let you know. Like this part sucks.
If you want, dude, please. I need that. I need that. I need some like quality criticism. You know. But yeah.
Well, I think that everybody needs a little bit of quality criticism.
Yeah, it's a good thing when people are willing to give you feedback that's constructive, but also a little bit critical, because I don't know, music is emotion, man. Music's emotional. If it doesn't make you feel some type of way, then you got to let somebody know, you know?
Yeah. And
I'm trying to be better about that, like being more honest with people about music or their music and like the quality. Usually I just kind of like sit there and I'm like, like I don't say anything. Like I guess I just say a lot less when it's not my vibe. But if I'm liking it, I'll really get into it. I'll be like, yo, this is sick. I like this part. I like that part.
You're really good at encouraging. You're not necessarily great at correcting.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's because you grew up in the suburbs.
There we go. Boom.
That's it. Okay, I found the track.
Oh, sick. All right, let's hear it.
I think. There it is.
That's dope. I like that. Snap is nice and wide. It's like. I feel like Adam 22.
Adam 22?
Yeah, I feel like we're on No Jumper. listening to
We got
music
this
on
new
the
track
podcast.
here. Somebody
Yeah.
sent in.
New world premiere.
This part right here. The snare is a little.
I dig it, bro. I like it. I didn't know you were producing like this, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were on this. Like, I didn't. This is legit, for sure. Yeah, like right here, like a nice like 808 or like some sub right here. It's dope how you use the tune. I like how you use the tune on there. That's cool.
Very airy, just, and then it goes into this.
Ooh. Yo, this part's next level. This is fire. Good stuff, man. This arrangement's crazy too. Really cool. Is it getting faster?
Yeah. Vocals need to be dropped a little bit. There.
Yeah. These hats are nice.
A little less tail, maybe a harder.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is my favorite part of the song for sure. This part's dope, for sure.
Like it just. I think that's
It's cool stuff, bro.
I think there's like a little transition deal or like a, but yeah,
How old is that one?
that was maybe 6 months ago.
Okay, so pretty recent.
Yeah. After a rough breakup and just
Went in
Kinda.
there and just
yeah,
laid it down.
and just I just like I don't know. It's so weird how it emotionally like hearing that song again
Mm-hmm.
like pulls me back into where I was at that time.
Oh yeah.
Yo, after you took a
100%.
piss in my bathroom, did you see on the mirror?
Oh yeah. Wait, what did it say? It said don't let the past or don't focus on the past. Look forward to what's ahead. Something like,
Forget what lies behind and
focus on what lies ahead.
look forward to what
Look
lies
forward to
ahead.
what lies ahead.
Yeah,
That's cool, man. That's a great mantra.
yeah.
I'm all about that, man.
I think it's somewhere in Philippians or something, but
Yeah.
we're not here to talk about God. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm down
Have you
to
read the
talk about
Bible?
God. Yeah, I read the Bible
Best
a
transition
couple times
ever.
in my life.
Yeah,
I'm not quite a
scholar.
scripture scholar. No, I'm definitely not.
It's fine.
But
Is there like a story that you remember that like
like in like a Bible story.
yeah, like something that like I don't know, like I guess let me ask you this, even without the Bible, you don't even have to pull it, but like what is your favorite like motif? Like your favorite you know, well, we'll just like dive we're going to dive in the shallow end and then we're going to hit the deep end here in a second with these questions. Is that
Okay.
when you itch in your pit like that reminds me that I need to turn that on, and I forgot to put deodorant on.
What did you just flick on over there?
It's just.
Is that the auto switch?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, what's your? Do you like comedies or do you like actions? Like, what's your favorite genre movie?
Oh man, I think I like dramas more than comedies generally.
Yeah.
A lot of comedies I'm like a little bit corny sometimes, a little bit cheesy. I'm definitely more of a drama guy.
Yeah.
Like sci-fi, huge sci-fi. I saw Star Wars on Thursday. Like,
did you?
Yeah.
Was it any good?
Oh, it's phenomenal. I thought it was great at least. I'm sure it's gonna get some flack from fans and critics.
I was gonna say you're dividing your audience, but just by saying yay or nay.
Yeah, it's a yay for me for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely, anything is better than 8, dude. Ryan Johnson just
I thought
messed it up, dude. He broke so many rules of the Star Wars universe. There's a whole video by this guy. I think his name's like Film Theorist or something, but he talks about everything that was wrong with it. But
I like this. There's a drunken critic or something, and there's this guy who like talks about movies, and he's
just hammered.
Yeah, he's also Irish, so like he talks like and this the I'm trying to do the Irish accent and the drunk. How do you do that? I can do a drunk accent. Great.
But those two together.
Put the Irish in the
Yeah.
A little bit of slurring of words and just anyway.
It's pretty good.
But are you like into like the romantics then? Are you like more of like as far as the dramas go? I mean, like which is it?
I like thrillers a lot.
Thrillers?
Like really movies.
Those
that
are
make
just
you think.
complete opposite, dude. Wait, no,
Well,
I guess a drama
could be dramatic. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think I like movies that really like test your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Like movies like Inception or like Interstellar. Like I'm really big into those super worldly ideas. Like all kinds of like realities too. Like I like fantasy, like adventure, all those kind of things. I play a lot of video games. I know I laughed when I called you and you were playing World of Warcraft. That's so funny. I was a big RuneScape guy. I know we're bouncing around topics right now, but
no, dude, we're going. We're
RuneScape was hilarious.
We've got this moment of time and space right here to just talk about this. Speaking of which, I'm gonna hold off on the. Do you want that Rooster Booster, by the way?
I'm good. I'm still working on my Red Bull.
Okay.
So
okay. I might go for that Rooster Booster. I
you
want that.
Grab it for you?
No, because I want to pull the string and the Rooster Booster at the same time. So when you're prepped and ready for the string, then I will be ready for the Rooster Booster.
Bet. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
And for those listening, and for those listening, be sure to tune into the YouTube, okay? Because the video is just way better than the podcast. I got some people in Sweden listening.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
I think
amazing.
one of them is PewDiePie. If he didn't live in Italy.
PewDiePie's watching your stream.
Dude, that would be crazy.
My mom's like, tell me what to talk about right now. This is so funny.
What? What's she saying?
She's like feeding us ideas to talk about.
This is one thing that I think that I really admire about you, is that you're really close to your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I'm totally like my mom, and I are very close. Like I said, she was in the room while I was producing a song, and I was comfortable enough to sing right in front of her. And I don't sing. By the way, I don't sing in front of people.
Yeah.
Unless I'm doing the drunk Irish impression.
Yeah, that counts. This is so funny.
She said, bring up about how I have a tight relationship with you and that I taught you everything.
She said, talk about your emotional like track. Have you heard my song Space Distance? You know what that is?
No.
I'll play it for you sometime, but that's hilarious. Yeah, my mom was mentioning my dad. So my dad passed away when I was 11.
What?
So that's why I'm super close with my mom. That's part of why.
Okay.
So I lost him, and my mom and I just really clicked. Really, became very close because you kind of had to.
Yeah.
I kind of became like the default man of the house in the interim.
You're the older brother, right?
Yeah, I'm the oldest. Yeah, I have one little brother, and his name's Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And he is a pilot.
That's right.
Flew with him yesterday, and cool kid, man.
So
he's a stud.
Dude, how does that? That's really. So who filled that role as a father figure then?
Oh man, I mean,
because your grandfather taught you
guitar. Yeah, and he is still alive. My mom's dad and my mom's mom are also both passed. But so I'm pretty close with my dad's parents now. I'm pretty close with them. And what was the question again? I'm sorry. I'm like
who because
Oh,
who filled the role of
yeah.
and I guess I should like say like for people who don't know how blunt I am when I speak, you know me pretty well to know that like I'm not like I don't mean no you,
To answer your question,
so to speak. I guess I could say who filled the role of your father, so to speak. Who was the guy that really stepped in and was like,
yeah,
you know, there's this little Brooks Brown, and he needs to learn how to shave his face. and you can kind of clean shaven.
yeah.
Right?
I usually keep a little bit of stubble on there.
You and I both.
I like the stubble.
I was actually gonna text you and be like, "Hey, are you going with the stubble? Because I don't want us to both go with the stubble,
or both be baby face. Yeah, it's funny. My girlfriend likes the stubble for sure.
I guess you
So
see
yeah,
what I'm saying.
to answer your question, my mom is engaged to this hilarious dude named Bill, and he is like so the father figure now. Like,
Yeah.
he is definitely
Does he have kids?
that guy. Yeah, he actually has 3 kids.
Okay.
And his son is my age. He has one daughter that's Drew's age, and he has a daughter that's a couple years younger than Drew. So
Yeah.
it's a big family affair at this point. We got 5 kids, and
Are you the oldest then?
I think I'm a little bit older than Nick. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit older.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a great dude, and he definitely has just like been that dude. Like, you know, he just likes like he bought this UTV, and we go to the lake and drive it around, and just funny stuff, man. He's
Experimental.
hilarious. Yeah, he's very handy as well.
Okay.
Very very handy guy. He's always doing something at our house. He's always like up on a ladder somewhere, like literally.
Well, you saw I'm working on my stupid washer. Maybe you could help me with that.
Yeah, it looks pretty intense over there.
Yeah, I tore it apart, man. I was like, what is going on? It took. You know, I used to actually repair them though.
Okay. Yeah. You mentioned what else did you mention you worked on?
Washers, dryers, kitchen appliances.
You said you sold printers, right?
Sold copiers.
Copiers. Okay.
Yeah, which you wouldn't believe that's actually an industry that.
Was it like Michael Scott? Was it like Dunder Mifflin?
Not at all.
Was it like that?
Not at all.
You know when
the people who worked in there were kind of like.
Okay,
No.
that's cool. That would be sick if it was. You know when Sabre buys them and then they have to sell the printers, they sell the copiers. There's a whole episode. Do you like The Office?
No.
Oh man, that's cool.
No.
It's just a funny show.
You're sidetracking here. You were getting real deep and
sorry,
emotional.
I'm sorry.
Your mom was like, "This is good. This is good stuff. People want to know where your music comes from," and I do too.
Sure.
So is this something that do you make music in front of people? Let me ask you that.
Funny enough, recently I've been making more music with other people than I have with myself.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So like I've been in sessions more than I've been just on my own doing stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, recently I've just had this like affinity for working with other people, like hearing their vision out.
Yeah.
You know? I think that's like the role of a producer. You know, at its core definition is, you know, producing an artist's vision, you know. And so whether or not that's me, I could care less. I mean, I enjoy both. I enjoy making music in general. So
Yeah.
it's fun when I get people in a room, especially people I don't know, and you know, get creative with it.
Yeah.
Get some ideas generated. And so it also just helps me because I have a hard time communicating a lot of the time. Like I find that I like writing lyrics is usually pretty tough for me because I have to really sit there and like think about it for a long time, like line by line.
Yeah.
It's super tedious, but having somebody else there that can like interpret what's going on
Yeah.
is really, really helpful for me, you know.
I see that. I've always made music by myself.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have, but when it comes to making music with other people, like I enjoy that so much. So I started, you know how I have the streaming equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So I started streaming my live, like my music production live,
Mm-hmm.
so that like I could potentially have an audience. So, because I don't know, it's weird because I think I make some of my best music when somebody's there in the room with me.
Like collaborating or just there?
Just there.
Interesting.
Yeah, just being present. Like that
Sure.
song, you know, with my mom. I made that whole entire song with my mom in the room.
Yeah.
How many producers can say that today? But you know, like, so I bring that to the table here in the basement down yonder.
Literally.
Casey.
Literally to the table.
Because like, you know, then what was the good music that I was making whenever I was by myself? Who was I making it for at those times?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I make what I believe is better music whenever somebody else is present, what was the music that I was making while I was alone?
Yeah.
Do you follow me on that?
Interesting. Yeah.
We're diving in the deep end now, buddy.
Yeah.
So what
I
is
love
it that
man.
like rolls through your mind whenever you're in, just, you got a studio set up at your place?
Uh-huh.
Do you have roommates?
Yeah, we actually have a house with four guys, and we're all music guys, so it makes it a little bit easier. I could always like just invite somebody in to get like a second thought on something, or a lot of times people just stroll, like it's an open door kind of thing. We just stroll in and out of everybody's rooms because a lot of the time everyone's working on stuff,
Yeah.
So it's good to just have the immediate perspective of somebody else.
Are you guys all kind of similar genres, or?
Actually, funny enough, we're like pretty much all four of us are completely like four different corners.
Really?
Like I'm like more of a hip hop person right now. Like I'm making a lot of hip hop and electronic music. That's kind of my focus. And then also indie though. I'm kind of all over the place. Anyway, Jack is definitely like indie alternative rock music guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Luca, who's this super talented kid, he's a classical piano major.
Mm.
And then Matt, the fourth guy, is a sax performance major.
Okay.
So it's like four different corners of the spectrum, which is cool. It's really cool. It makes for like a really interesting collaborative energy in the house.
Did you study? You studied music clearly you're about to get. I won't say it. You'll say it. You're about to get your college
degree. My BS in music industry.
That's BS. I'm just kidding.
Isn't it so funny that it's called BS?
Yeah.
Like Bachelor of Science is BS.
Yeah.
Like BS in music industry.
So some people, it turns out being that, and I'm not gonna. I didn't mean for that negativity to just.
No, dude, no. You're just facing.
I'm a
facts,
college dropout,
like,
so like I've got this bias of just like.
Yeah, dude. Well, people will say that.
But I think what college has is that it helps with your time management. Like it's very, like, it really challenges you to manage your time.
Oh yeah, 100%. And going like so far for school, going all the way to LA was such a good move for me. Like.
Yeah. Did you drive out there or did you fly out there?
We flew. We flew.
How much stuff do you bring out? Not a lot.
A lot.
Really?
That first trip out, we had like 2 overweight bags and like 80 pounds worth of crap, and I had like a whole suitcase that was just my music stuff. So it was like my HS7s and like a keyboard. And
bruh, do a soft slap on that. I have HS7s. Or I had HS7s.
I see your Rocket 5s over there.
Yeah, shout out to Scuba for. I was running tight on cash, and I had to sell them to him, and I was like, I'm gonna buy these back from you, and then.
He doesn't want to sell them back. He doesn't want to sell them back.
So I went to Guitar Center, and I was just like, I was.
Yeah, those babies
the new
kick,
Rocket
for
5s
sure.
are. I think that they.
Yeah,
Meh.
I got the 8s in my setup here.
Yeah.
So like a little boomy. It's kind of like a bass trap.
So you got HS7s and HS8s.
Or not HS8s, KRK8s.
KRK8s. Yeah.
HS7 KRK.
Their low end is a little bit, boomier, trappier.
But anyway, so I'm getting off track again. So moved to LA.
It's all right.
It was great, man. Like college has been 100% worth it for me, in my opinion. The knowledge that you learn in the classroom is valuable, but in my opinion, the most valuable part is what you're doing outside, like, going to class.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I didn't go to class. I went to class.
Sure.
I went to class, Mom. But it's
Mom, I didn't go to class.
Yeah, but it's the people you meet out at the shows. It's the people you meet at the parties, at the house functions, at the tailgates.
The connects.
It's all those people, It's your classmates, man. Because those, who knows, man? These kids might be the next CEO or the next president of Interscope, or the next, head A&R at this label or that label or whatever. So, it's good, man.
And you probably see that in them too a lot of times when you look at somebody and like.
You can definitely tell like who's gonna be great.
Yeah. Because one thing, so when you pulled up to my house and, you told me about your brother, he said one thing that I was like, kind of like moved me a hair in me. And I was like you said that your brother's really passionate about flying.
Mm-hmm.
And so what that told me was that like, you see that.
Uh-huh.
that you see that in somebody, and so it reflects off of what I was saying, is that like you can see some people who you're like they may it went from maybe to probably, the probability of them climbing into the music industry or what have you, app development. I mean, I don't know who the people you hang out with
frankly,
are.
any industry. I mean, yeah.
And
you do see it.
Who's the one that comes to mind whenever, like, you know, I'm saying these things? Is that like,
I mean, I have friends that like I work with a lot that I see this energy in. Like I'm trying, I think 2020 I'm going to really focus on like surrounding myself with people that have the energy you just described.
Yeah.
Like my little brother, you know. I think myself included. I mean, I'm trying to work on that myself, you know. Artists, you know, we have this arc, this roller coaster ride of like being really invested and then being completely uninvested.
yeah,
And then being really invested and making a ton of really good stuff and making power moves and, you know, every day just banging stuff out to, you know, slumps. And so I try to just kind of let it come and go. Like let this passion like just kind of come and go as it is. I try not to control it too much. But I know deep down, like I'm always going to be passionate about music.
yeah.
And, you know, this stuff, I'll do this for my whole life, you know.
That's one thing my dad always said to me about golf. He was like, golf is a sport that you can play your whole entire life.
That's sick. Yeah, I mean, it is.
And music is the same exact way.
Yeah.
And I tried to tell him, you know, like, hey, Pops, music is something that you could do your whole entire life.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, nah. He wouldn't say nah. He would be like,
you're right. Because you're right.
And I haven't done one of these where I have the drum set set up right there. It's so very like
drawing you over there. You want to go?
Yeah, well, I mean,
knock
like
it around a little bit.
Well, I don't have a throne. I don't have cymbals up.
Yeah.
I used to have some A customs, and they would splash real nicely.
Nice. My buddy has the CNC kit. It's so fire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like teal baby blue.
Yeah.
And it's super.
So did
super
he
nice.
move out there with you from Kansas City?
No, so I'm talking about another friend of mine from here.
Okay. I was gonna say that's Bill's. Cardwell owns that.
Oh really?
He's CNC's local custom drum company.
From KC.
Liberty, actually.
Okay, I see. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. He right down the street from me.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Whenever I was a kid in high school, I remember telling like drummers and bands would be like, "Yeah, I can hook you up with him. He's down the street from me." Yeah. Do you remember
Did you
those?
ever hook anybody up?
No. No.
No.
I didn't know him other than the fact that he lived down the street from me. Like, I don't know what I was gonna say.
Dude
But
makes good drums.
Yeah, it's 311, Fallout Boy, Modest Mouse,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 311. I don't think it's.
I think the Tame Impala guy also plays CNC.
Tame Impala.
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty sure their
dude,
drummer
I've
also
been
plays
getting
CNC.
deep into Tame Impala.
Yeah.
He's releasing slowly his next album.
Yeah. I think it's February 2020 is when it's
He's
coming out.
so good.
Yeah. I liked the first single. The second one I wasn't too crazy about, but
For those listening, check out Tame Impala. It's
Yeah.
like, it's like a very big. It's a nice collide of like electronic and indie.
yeah, I'm so drawn to it.
Disco like has this like the disco undertone.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And maybe correct me if I'm wrong. Indie, is that what you feel in that?
It's like psych rock.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of psychedelics too. Like
Yeah.
like definitely a blend of like psych, electronic, and like even like jazz and R&B. You know?
Yeah.
So anyway,
So
so
we're here.
we're here. We're
Let's-
live.
Do you want to do that? Can we pull the string?
Dude, pull the string.
All right.
Absolutely.
You grab the.
I'll grab your drink.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll pull the string.
Okay. Am I tethered in? Oh, I'm good.
We're gonna pop at a wide angle so you can see what we have here. Whoop.
Bang.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I'm on my phone so much. I'm getting.
You told me
Makes
earlier
sense.
you were like I'm trying to, because you could see how much you're on that phone, can't you?
Oh
On your
yeah,
iPhone?
you can. It tells you actually a week by week, and then it'll update you.
We should compare stats.
Yeah, that would be interesting, and it actually breaks it. Have you looked at that, like in the settings, the time management thing?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Where you can even put timers on your phone now, I think.
Yeah, you can like set reminders to turn your stuff off, but I'm usually about I think it's like 3 hours, 3.5 hours a day. I usually average, which I think is pretty normal. They say the statistic for teenagers is like the average, Gen Z teenager uses their phone like I think it's like 7 hours a day or something. But we look at screens way more than that. I think I'm looking at a screen probably 8 hours every day.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it's any less than that.
I picked up 50% of what you said because I was reading your mother's comment about, does he remember meeting us at Dance Fest? Yeah, Dance Fest.
Yeah, well,
totally.
We were just talking about where we met, and we realized where it was, and it's hilarious.
It's not Dance Festopia.
It's not Dance Fest.
It's in a castle.
It's in an abandoned castle in Kansas City.
That had to have been one of your first bigger shows.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely one of the first big ones. Big one. I say that.
Bigger.
Yeah, bigger. But it was like Luca Lush. It was Cavalier Beats. It was, oh my gosh, Flamingosis. Do you know who that is? Do you remember that guy? It was like 4 big DJs. Oh, and Young Bay.
Mm-hmm.
That's who it was too. And it was in this warehouse. They set up this stage. Like they brought all this production into this warehouse space, and they only
in a castle.
Or not warehouse. Yeah. You're right.
In this
castle, and it was outside.
Yeah.
It was like open air.
Yeah, it was with
And it was cold as hell.
Who put it on?
I think it was Elevator Music.
Yeah. But I'm trying to specifically think of. He was my roommate.
Yeah,
his name
that
is
guy's name, man. I have the little artist badge from that show still.
I hope he's not watching this because I feel so. Yeah, the artist badge. I still have mine too.
So it says the EM logo thing.
Yep.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he was my roommate for like 4 or 5 months.
Really?
Yeah, we were planning like shows and stuff. And
Kansas City Cats, if you know this dude, comment please.
This is so sad. Oh my gosh, I actually feel horrendous.
He's a nice guy.
Oh, he's
nice
awesome.
Guy. I just remember the last thing that did happen though. This is kind of a different direction, but I was playing a Halloween show.
Come closer. Come quiet.
Halloween show.
Okay, that's too close.
Just
ASMR.
Yeah, just right. This is like the right distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget his name. Was it Adam?
Yes.
It was Adam Turner.
Yes.
That's his name.
Yeah.
I just realized. I visualized like his Facebook.
Yeah.
Shout out Adam Turner.
Yeah.
Homeboy.
Dude, I tried calling him the other day or something. And shout out to you. Give me a call back, bro. We had a little bit of a falling out.
Bang my line.
Like,
Bang my line, man. Come on.
A little bit of a fall, but like, forgiveness is in order. Time is a beautiful,
valuable.
It reminds
thing.
us of a speck that we are, right?
Mm-hmm. Back to your point about time management, though. I still struggle with that for sure. Like I really struggle with like just wasting time during the day.
Okay, while I open that window, so I can, after we pulled the string, and then I want to know your stats. I want to know
my stats.
Yeah, and I want to be a good friend to you. And if you're going over your stats, like.
Oh, my phone stats. Yeah.
I'm talking about.
You're right. I thought you for some reason I thought you meant like analytics, like Spotify numbers and stuff. Like, because everyone's like, oh, yeah, he's got good stats, like good numbers.
I've never heard that term.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I know what it is now.
I'm glad you were asking me this and not that because, like, that's a whole other conversation.
How many pennies have you made? I hear Spotify, you get very, 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 very little.
Oh, boy. You want to get deep? We can get deep about this.
Okay, hold on.
100%, dude. I was in a class at USC. It was called Business and Legal Affairs in Music, and this professor was this super sick guy. He's the ex-DA of the Brooklyn district, I think, in New York. And so this guy is just like a big baller, and he was so impassioned about hating streaming services. And it's this big thing now. Like, streaming is causing the demise and the devaluation of the music industry. And it's just like this crazy phenomenon, dude. Like, actually unreal how, labels just screwing artists, and it's just the age-old story of labels taking advantage of artists and managers and just squeezing every last penny out of them,
Did you see the podcast with the Black Keys and Joe Rogan?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he kind of lets the cat out of the bag on that one. Mm-hmm. And pretty much
the guy from the Black Keys, or
yeah, like pretty much he explains the whole how messy it is.
It really is. I mean, you know the per stream rate, right?
Yeah, it's
like
0.00003.
You're close. I think it's. Wait, you're right. I think you just added one too many zeros. I think it's 0.00036. That's the rate.
Yeah.
Average rate. It's never the same. It's actually different per country and per time of year.
Which is basically about a third of a penny, right?
It's 3,000.
A third of a third of a penny?
It's 3,000ths of a penny
So
per stream.
okay.
So that means 1,000 streams is $3. Yeah. Oh no.
Have you made $3?
I've made $3.
Okay.
I did make 3. Yeah. You can move the decimal over like maybe 2 slots.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's actually surprisingly easy. I know a lot of cats that basically make their whole livings off of streaming, which is just like so bizarre to me because my checks ain't looking like that. But also my numbers aren't looking like that.
Yeah.
You know, you get a milli plus on a couple tunes and you're good to go for a little bit.
Well, from what I'm seeing, and
Cool. Yeah, I might wait on mine, but this is
You're
a sick
fine.
lighter, by the way. This is just crazy.
yeah, I got it at Quick Trip as well as the Super Rooster Booster. Oh, this is Super Rooster Booster. I didn't even
It's
see
super
This is
Rooster Booster.
A super duper. Oh, you want to hear the voice changer, by the way?
Oh yeah, let's hook it up. Hello. Whoa. Should we do the rest of the podcast like that? Oh my gosh. Oh. On some Rick and Morty business. Why is it so like? It sounds like a synthesizer. It's a pretty dope vocoder. You could use that in a song, man.
That was that.
That was.
Reverb.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it works with
I
your
like
microphone.
this one.
Yeah,
This is cool.
it reminds me of like what is it called? Whenever they started calling Festy Trap, Big House. Isn't it they? Do you remember that?
Wait, like Festival Trap, they renamed it.
Yeah, to Big House.
Big house. I mean, there's like Big Room House.
Big Room
but
House.
That's not trap music. That's 4 on the Floor. Martin Garrix's
I thought that was Festy Trap.
main stage at Ultra. That's like Big Room House.
Okay.
Festy Trap is like Flostradamus. That's who I think of when I think like Festival Trap or like
Carnage.
Loud Pack. Carnage.
Yeah.
Those kind of cats.
Dude, we lived through that.
I know, dude.
Can I just bring that up? Is that like we were in it whenever like same with Adam. He knew it too.
Yeah.
Like this was going to become top 40.
Oh yeah, dude.
Did you not just like tell people like, yo, especially Original Dawn? Do you remember the first time you heard that one?
Is the original Dawn? Yeah, I remember that. That's a Major Lazer song though, right?
Major Lazer and Floss. No, just Floss.
I think Floss did the remix.
Yes.
Of Major Lazer.
That's correct.
Yeah. Yeah, that one and I mean, dude, Skrillex, excuse me. The Cinema remix. That was like I remember that being the biggest song that wasn't or that was like dubstep or I guess dubstep became before trap, I guess in terms of like the mainstream.
Well, that was
timeline.
That was the layout of the song. Like of all trap, really festy trap.
Yeah, I mean it's intro, build up, drop.
Mm-hmm.
Interlude, build up, drop.
But all it was missing was like a trap kick.
Mm-hmm. And like trap basses and stuff because it was so like in the dubstep style. You know?
But it was so good.
Oh yeah, and then also Avicii was another cat another dude that really broke through pretty early, I think, in the scope of like the growth of EDM. And then people started calling it EDM music, and I'm like,
yeah.
Every time somebody says EDM music, I'm like, dude,
cringe.
EDM music, electronic dance music.
Yeah. I always just called it trap. I just listened to what are you listening to? Like trap music.
Trap music.
Dude, so this is a very sad moment. Can we take a moment of silence for my external hard drive? My external hard drive is gone.
Gone too soon.
Yeah, 4 years of like music production, photography, videography, gone.
What?
Yeah, can you imagine that?
How recent is this?
This was like 2 weeks ago. And I know I'm laughing and smiling and crying today.
I was gonna say you have the crazy optimistic attitude about that. If that happened to me, my whole life would be over, dude. Like I'm a fool because I don't have my stuff backed up.
Yeah.
Like I just have my laptop. Like knock on wood, I have my laptop and no external. It's just all on my SSD.
You should have a backup.
Yeah, 100%. I might go home and do that right now.
Don't ever let anyone transfer your files. Let me just start with that.
You mean like don't give your laptop to somebody else for them to back it up for you? Is that what you mean? I mean, yeah, it's pretty easy now, isn't it? Backing up your stuff. I mean, it can't be super hard.
2020. Is that the saying, the phrase 2020? Speaking, foreshadowing. Like, what's the? Yeah, it is pretty easy. You apple. We're trying to not to say any swear.
I like how you held your tongue. Yeah. Literally. It's so funny. I usually am just pretty much off the walls about swearing though. I got a pretty bad sailor's mouth.
Yeah.
Trying to work on it a bit.
I do that. I do that too. I work outside. I do lawn care in the summer, and it's the funniest jokes are whenever you say A, B, C, or D, or F.
Yeah.
Those are all cuss words.
Oh yeah.
You can put with them.
Not E. There's not really a swear word. It's like E.
Eureka.
Eureka. Funny. How's the super rooster booster?
Can you hear it like going down right there?
Is it extra super? Does that just mean it has more caffeine in it? Is that what that means?
I don't know. I shouldn't be drinking this. This means that I'm probably gonna be up pretty late.
I'm the type to get a cold brew like 8 p.m.
A cold beer?
A cold brew.
Oh.
Like cold brew coffee.
Like I was gonna say a cold brew.
Oh no, yeah.
Go for that.
Absolutely. But yeah, I'm a big coffee guy. Do you like coffee?
Yes. Yeah. I've got some nice coffee upstairs that in fact, funny story. Last time I made some pour over, it was in a have you ever gotten a what's it called whenever you get a little pellet in your kidney?
Kidney stone.
Yeah, you ever had a kidney stone?
Yeah, this is a crazy story. So I was like 12, right?
Yeah.
And I was at a friend's house for like New Year's Eve, I think it was. And I was like,
you thought it was testicle torsion, didn't you?
I mean, I didn't know what the hell it was.
Okay.
I was like 11 years old and had never even heard of a kidney stone before.
I thought mine was testicle torsion.
Yeah, I mean, it's that painful.
Yeah.
It's heinous, dude. It is like they say it's the worst pain a man can experience. It's the closest thing to having a child a man can experience, like on that level of pain.
Yeah.
But like obviously it probably doesn't compare at all. Like I'm sure it doesn't compare.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine that.
Probably.
But
Probably.
Okay, so anyway.
Now we're rolling.
Yeah, so I was at this party, right? And went to the bathroom, and like all of a sudden I just like felt this intense like stabbing pain.
Yeah.
Like right like where like your bladder is, like right below your navel.
Yep.
And I was like, "Oh my god." Like, "Oh, whoa." And didn't think anything of it, didn't even tell anybody. And then sure enough, we're like on a road trip the following week. I think it was for like to see my grandparents or something. I'm in an Arby's bathroom and I pass it, dude. I passed like and it was a stone.
How long did you have it?
Or no, I didn't pass it at the Arby's. It like I'm not gonna describe it, but anyway, I ended up passing it in Tulsa.
No, describe it because I googled
it's
for
heinous.
Hours.
It's so bad, dude. It basically, I mean, it's not that hard to describe. It pretty much just comes on out. But the thing is that it got stuck a little bit. That's where it went wrong. That was at the Arby's, and then I got to Tulsa and finally passed it. And I remember we put it in like a pill container and we shook it around, and it like made this like.
Did you ever find out how big it was?
Oh, it was huge.
No, mine was an 8 millimeter. Is what they told me.
Yeah, mine was probably around there. So you had one.
Yeah.
Mine was a.
How else would I make
stone.
coffee? they give you this little catcher, kidney stone catcher. Like you're supposed to pee in this thing that has like this.
Oh yeah, do they really?
Yeah. When you go to the doctor, it's like this, like it will capture it, but because it's like a filter. It is a filter, right? Well, I passed mine in a truck. Wait, let me specify. In the lawn truck, in this trailer, we have a little funnel to a tube, and it shoots out. I passed it, and I was like, was that it? And I ran around the trailer, and I looked on the ground, and sure enough, it was there. This big old, like, and I didn't even know what it was, like. But anyway, back to the coffee, because this is getting weird.
Yeah, this is getting very weird. We can stop talking about kidney stones.
But I don't think a lot of people know, like you had pain. I didn't really have pain. It kind of just shot through me, and just, like, it was fine. But what I was getting to is the coffee. So it was incredible. I used that funnel, I used the filter that the doctor gave me, and I put some coffee grounds in it, and then heated up some boiled some water, and then I poured it over the coffee grounds, and I made myself some kidney stone coffee.
Kidney Stone Coffee. You should start a coffee shop named Kidney Stone. It's kind of catchy.
It just used those. It's very economically friendly. I mean, it's just like this. It's a filter.
Yeah.
But it turned out very nice. So that's what I know about coffee.
Yeah. There's a cool coffee scene in Kansas City.
There is.
My buddies and I we used to be really into it.
KC Coffee Collective. Hit it up. That's my cousin's.
Is that a spot?
It's spot? He's got a website where like I think that you can get coffee sent to you.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like a Dollar Razor Club.
It's like a subscription box.
Yes.
Essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, man. We used to go to like Monarch and Second Best. We still go there. Where else, man? Parisi in Town Center. That's gone now though.
Messenger.
Yeah, Messenger is really good. Thou mayest. Yeah.
Slightly. What is it?
Oddly correct.
Oddly correct.
Yeah. So we were like, that's all we did in high school was we would play church band, and then go like drive downtown and just jump coffee spots, like just jump all over and just be drinking coffee the whole time.
Do you produce better whenever you're on caffeine?
Yeah, I mean nowadays I feel like I have to have caffeine like almost every day.
Really?
It's kind of bad. Like the days that I don't, I notice it. Like I notice changes in my body. So it's definitely an addiction at this point.
So you got the phone, you got the caffeine. Tell us about your other addictions. Did you participate? No, never.
I actually did. I did.
I
swear I did.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not a coomer?
A what?
I was watching some video the other night. Apparently you're called a coomer if you
fail.
Yeah.
Got it.
You had to change your profile picture to this this meme looking like he has like this scruffy face and like I don't know. You're listening, Google it.
I saw one of your last episodes had you guys talked about this a little bit. I can't remember who it was with.
Oh, it was less of an episode and more of a. So I do a Sunday morning live.
Oh yeah. Sunday morning live. Okay.
So that's
very cool.
That's like I sit down with a Mormon, and we just spit.
That's your buddy, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I went to high school with him.
Nice.
And he's a Mormon, and I don't really go to a church right now, but I believe. And so we kind of hash it out, and we kind of look at some kind of story in the book. It's a good book, and I think it's good. I think that it has some value to it.
It's immense intellectual value.
But
that's
yeah,
cool.
we'll dig deep into it. But my testimony is this right here is your story. So how do you get from how was that as a child in like high school? Like
losing my dad. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like it's really a strange dynamic because I can't empathize with you.
Sure.
But I can to some degree because my father and the relationship that I have with my father wasn't really there, and then I started speaking to him more and more and more. So but I don't know. Maybe I am socially awkward and I can't have these conversations. But
I don't think so. I mean, you're asking how it was. I mean, my upbringing was like everybody. Like it's normal. I was doing normal teenager stuff.
Yeah.
It didn't really affect me at all in terms of like my lifestyle in school and everything. Like middle school, it happened. He died summer before my 6th grade year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, man, it didn't really affect me that much in terms of my lifestyle. I mean, obviously, we went through, like, heavy grief. Like, my family was grieving, and, like, that's all part of the process.
Your mother has to be very strong to go through something like that.
Yeah, that's why I always, like, talk her up, and we're so close because she's a trooper.
Are you, like, on a weekly call base with her, or, like, how close are you? Pretty much.
I like to try to get a call in every week.
Yeah.
And she would probably argue that I call her less than that. But
well, like you said, you got that roller coaster of sometimes you're on and then other times you're off.
Yeah, I mean we all have good days and bad days, you know. Yeah. But it's cool that I can actually go to her when I'm having the bad days. Yeah. You know, and I'm sure if my dad was here, I would be able to do the same thing with him. You know.
Yeah.
And actually, like on the topic of faith and stuff, like it's crazy that happened when I was that age, and then immediately after was when I got plugged in to church and to youth group. You know,
Yeah.
like that happened. That was almost like a correspondence. Like it happened the exact same time. And so that was kind of like a wink, you know. Somebody else is watching out, you know, that kind of thing.
A heavenly Father,
Yeah,
so to speak.
100%.
Or disregard the so to speak that there is somebody. I believe it, and
yeah,
and so do you ever get to that point where, because I think what it is for me, the only times that I would ever really go to the Bible would be like at times of just complete despair, complete emptiness, and just like, you know, I don't, because I've got 1,300 contacts on my phone. And I remember sometimes finding myself sitting on the toilet, going through my contacts and like trying to find somebody to talk to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ever find yourself at that like kind of just, and then you're like, do you write or do you read, or like what is your, I mean, you do music, so like is that primarily it, or are you trying to experiment with
like an
psychedelics
outlet. Like an outlet.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, whoa, I was like, whoa. We should talk about that though. That'd be an interesting thing to talk about. But I don't know, man. I mean, I think music is my obviously my primary creative outlet, and it always has been. And then like I said, like my passion and like seriousness for it really ramped up right as I hit that point in my life.
Yeah.
Which I still to this day think is like my life wouldn't be the same, you know. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. So,
is your mother very religious too then? Does she always pumping you up to like be like, hey, you know, like,
yeah,
because my mom's a super Bible thumper. Like if
really,
yes,
that's crazy.
Like she's very like if she's kind of catching this drift that I'm not feeling too great, then she'll be like read. She's like read your Bible, but like not directly like that. It's more like, you know, just remember that there's something greater.
Yeah.
She doesn't say it in those words, and you can never really communicate like your mother, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But that is there. Is that something that, like, she'll give you, like, a kick in the ass, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, she'll she's not going to bust my balls over it. Like, she's not going to, you know,
how well is she at correcting? She's very good at encouraging. Is she? Because
she's great, dude.
Yeah.
She's unafraid to tell you what's going on and tell me what I need to be doing.
What's she bad at? No, I'm just kidding.
No. But yeah, I honestly, funny enough, I think she always tells me this too. Like, I was kind of the shepherd. Like, it was almost the opposite. Like, I was the one that was like, let's go to church on Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, you guys got to come out. Sometimes, admittedly, because I was playing and they wanted to come see me play.
Yeah.
You know, but that in and of itself is a good enough reason to get the family motivated.
Yeah.
Go, you know.
Well, it's like you know, getting the family together to sit down at the dinner table.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, but on Sunday mornings. I think that this kind of plays into it, is that like Christmas is like the weekend of the year.
Mm-hmm.
You follow me on that?
Absolutely.
Like,
that's a great way to put it.
So people spend all their money for Christmas, like, and then it's the end of the weekend, November 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like Monday, and like this week I'm going to do Monday a little bit different so that next weekend I can do something different.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I was definitely the person who was bringing us out. Still am, you know. It's a big part of my life. So
what are you trying to change? What are you trying to like? What? Because you've been pretty transparent, like, and we still haven't compared stats.
Yeah, we got to do that eventually.
Yeah.
My phone's might be almost dead actually. Oh, it did die.
Oh, saved by the freaking bell.
Saved by my battery, my poopy iPhone battery.
Yeah, I like to think that I stay pretty clear off of my phone a lot of the times.
What were you about to ask before we talked about stats? Were you about to ask something? Maybe.
I don't know. I do remember that I was supposed to tell this story about something. Do you remember what it was? We were talking before, and I was like, hold on.
I think it was something because you had just left the bathroom. You're like setting up your stuff, the desk.
Oh yeah.
Before the bed.
Yeah.
We were basically talking about how like artists or like creators have to have their little workstation, like their little area, and they're willing to set that up before like anything else on like a move-in situation. Like I when I moved into this house I live in right now, like we were just like telling similar stories about how we set up our music gear before like anything else in the whole room. Like my walls were blank for weeks. Like I didn't even have a bed frame for like a whole week or like 2 weeks because I wasn't even like worried about that. I was just
OG Maco.
Yeah.
That's what we were going to talk about.
That's the story. Okay, I want to hear it.
So our mutual is Noah
Bergman.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was working at Jimmy John's for lunch, Pizza Hut for dinner, and Insomnia Cookies for fourth meal.
Mm-hmm.
Delivering all of it.
Wow.
I tell you where every building is downtown. It's pretty crazy.
Man.
But grind. I got a call from Noah while I was working at Pizza Hut, and he was like, "Hey, I told Matt that I would pick up OG Maco and Twerk. You remember Twerk?
TWRK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't make it. Can you do it?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm working at Pizza Hut, but this sounds like an adventure. I'll take it up. I'll figure it out." And I was real close with my manager, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, that's fine." So I took off, and I didn't have room in my car because it was Jetta TDI.
Okay, small little joint.
2001, like it was
compact.
So I hit up my buddy Evan, who drives also a GTI, Volkswagen GTI.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to go show up at this hotel and pick these guys up.
It wasn't the one in Westport, was it?
No, it was the one. It was over by the airport.
Okay.
So we go to pick them up at Twerk, which is two guys. We walk in, and they're the first ones to come down, whatever. We start talking to them, and we're like, "Where's OG Maco? Like, you got to get to the show."
He's like, "You're late."
Yeah, you're late. Like, we're here.
You're on in 15.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was like, and so they kind of open up about like, yeah, he didn't even like show up to one of our shows. Like, he's been like iffy on whether or not he's going to perform.
Yeah.
And we don't really know. I guess they got into a little tussle, if you will. Right. So about like 30 minutes, 45 minutes pass. Like, the show's supposed to already have started. He comes down, and then we're like, okay, great. Now we got OG Maco. So OG Maco rides with my buddy Evan, and I'm riding with Twerk, and I even set up a video camera. This is lost footage. A GoPro in my car, and it was so awkward too because it was just like the first time I'd ever filmed an interview.
Yeah, with like a pretty serious artist. Like,
yeah,
very
at the
serious,
time,
very
Twerk
successful. Yeah.
I can't think of the track that they came out with. That was so.
Yeah, they were big SoundCloud guys. I can't quite remember either, but yeah.
Anyway, so we get to the show. I film a whatever short, and then after the show, he was like, like, "What's up? Where are we going now?" And I'm like, "I don't know. We can go back to my place." And this is OG Maco at this point.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "You want to go back to my place?" And he was like, "Sure. Yeah, whatever, man. Like, whatever, bro."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that'd be cool. So, like, we go back to my house, and, like, I showed him some beats, and, like, we were sitting in there.
Playing beats, bro?
Yeah. But this is where it comes in. We're like, I had just moved into this place, and I had a cot set up and my studio, like my workbench.
Yeah.
And it was just like we were all sitting in lawn chairs in the studio, just listening to music. The one thing that we all had in common, along with something else, but we're not going to bring that up. But if you really want to know what it was just, just genuine conversation.
A good personality.
That's what we had in common. That's it.
That was it.
So, but that was the story of OG Maco, and then the next concert I went to, I was like, oh, I can go in here for free, and then they charged me, and then that was my big break with.
Couldn't slide on the guest list.
Yeah,
Maco wouldn't get you in. Dang.
No, just the. Yeah, there's. Well, we've
You
resolved.
You went to the show though.
We yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we resolved the issue, but that was after the show at like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, it's always the good hangs after the show.
After I share that story, it's kind of late, but unless you know who OG Maco is.
I do know, of course. Yeah. It's lame if you don't know. Is that what you're saying?
Which you guessed. I was trying to say it without actually saying.
What's the song though? What's it called? Oh, you guessed it? No.
B, you guessed it. We're trying not to
guessed it.
cuss. Yeah. But you guessed it.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
was right.
Yeah, you was right. Yeah, that was a banger. That's a banger right there.
Yeah. And then he kind of just fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, where is he now? Who knows? It's like Fetty Wap. What happened to Fetty Wap, man?
Yeah, you're right. What happened to his producer?
I don't know. My buddy just he's got a feature with Fetty Wap though. I'm sorry, Fetty Wap feature on his track.
Really?
Yeah, his name's 24K Golden.
24K Golden. What's up? It's all right. I built the table myself. It's.
I was gonna say, did you build this? It looks nice.
Yeah.
It's dope, man.
I just took some pieces of wood and I didn't sand it
Perfect.
or anything, but I think it's.
It's a little edgier.
Yeah, you should sign your name on it or something. I don't know.
That would be a cool thing to do. Have
Yeah?
people sign their names. That
Yeah.
might be cool, or like the underside of it or something.
Don't let me forget. Well, yeah, we'll do. No, on the underside.
I don't want to be the first though.
Yeah, that'd be weird. Maybe
That'd
we
be
should do it
weird.
on the underside.
Also, once you start, you kind of just gotta keep it going.
Uh huh.
You know, it's like a commitment to just do it forever.
No, I think that you could sign the top of it. Why not?
Sure. Hell no. Hell yeah. What was I was gonna tell another story about like the artist, like close interactions with like artists like that.
Yeah.
So it was at Dance Festopia.
Yep.
And
Shout out to Border Productions.
yeah, sure, sure. Okay, so anyway, I was playing Dance Festopia, and I had 2 sets. My first set was at noon on the second stage. I don't know if this was the year that you were there, but it was at noon on the second stage, and then the third stage, I was playing at 6 a.m. Sunday night. Does that make sense? So, like, all the way through the night, and
Yeah.
then Monday morning at 6 was my time slot
Yeah.
at this festival. Literally the last one on the bill, like the last slot of the whole festival. Like, they'd already shut down
Nobody's gonna be there.
the other 2 stages. Yeah, I mean, actually, that was the cool thing because all the guys that were camping, the people that were camping,
Yeah.
did actually come out because it was like they were all getting ready to leave, but they were like hearing music. So like,
Yeah.
oh, let's go over and check it out. So anyway, I play the first set on Saturday, and then we go home Sunday, and then I come back Sunday day for the next day, and basically prepare to stay there all night because you know I'm not gonna go home and then come back at 6 a.m. It just
Sure.
doesn't really make a lot of sense. So I go, and then do you know who Grillz is?
Yeah. I know him actually personally too. I got a story about that.
The DJ.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
of the DJ with the bear costume and.
Yeah. He
So-
got me into a Excision's show for free one time.
Was it at Midland?
Pull back the mic a little bit. You're a little bit ASMR.
Oh yeah. Was it at the Midland?
Yeah.
Because I was at that show too,
Dope.
and I actually also was backstage with him at that show. I'm not even kidding you. Okay, we'll talk about that in a sec. But
I wasn't backstage, but I was definitely in the photo pit. But
oh, sick. Okay.
but you met him at Dance Festopia?
Yeah, so I met him at Dance Fest because we had played a show together in Kansas City before, and so I like DM'd him and was like, "Yo, you want to kick it?" And he's like, "Yeah, meet me at the Barrier."
Yeah.
This is Sunday night at probably like midnight.
Yeah.
So I meet him at the Barrier. He hands me his pass, and then I go backstage. Then we're kicking it in the trailer, and it's this guy named Kaliox. Do you know who that is?
No, but I like the name.
I think it's pronounced like Kaleo or Kaliox. Anyway, super dope Canadian dude. He's like a kind of like, I think it's like disco house, like electro house DJ.
Opener.
Kind of, yeah. He was just another artist on the bill that had played earlier that night. So we were hanging out, and Grillz has his set at 3:45. So we chill in his trailer, hang out. You know, there's a bunch of people in there till his set. He plays his set at the main stage, finishes up. I'm like getting ready for my sets, and then I'm telling everybody in the trailer like, "Yo, let's all go to the third stage. I'm gonna go play over there in a little bit." And they're like, "Oh, sick, man! I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome." So we all roll over there about 5:30. And then we pull up at 6, and I'm like, oh, my gosh. I open my laptop up, and I'm like, oh, my God. It was my mom's laptop. I had brought my mom's laptop to the set after I went home the night before.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, my God. I just met 2 of the sickest people.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, I just hyped my set up to these people all night, all day. I was hyping it up to them. It's going to be sick. You're going to love him. I got some crazy tunes. I don't have any music. So
You're telling me that you don't put your music on your mom's computer?
Well, also I didn't have flash drives either. Like
Yeah.
usually DJs have flash drives.
Yeah.
You know,
Used to roll around with the.
Yeah, 100%. So anyway, I'm like, what do I do? So I'm like, oh wait, I could ask them if I could use their music. So I was like, would you guys want to do like a back to back to back kind of thing? And so they're like, yeah, absolutely, we're down. I was like, yes. So I saved myself, right? So we play the set, and it's me, Kaliox, and Bear Grillz.
By the way, I think I was there.
I think you were there that year.
This would have been 2015, I think.
I think it was 16. 'Cause 15 was the first year I played, and then 16 was the year after that. Because the first year I played the second stage.
Was it the same night that Bear Grillz played?
Yeah, it was the same night.
Yeah, I was there.
He was like the surprise guest at like 3:30 in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
I might still have that footage.
That would be sick to look back on. That would be wild. So anyway, yeah, we play the set, and the sun is rising at 6 a.m., and I'm DJing with Bear Grillz, and like he takes his helmet off, so nobody even knows it's him. And this was before he had like unsheathed his personality. So
because he kept it his identity for hidden for a really long time.
Yeah, he was anonymous. Like and I was expecting him to just stay that way, but finally he revealed his face and whatnot. But
he dropped off the face of the planet.
Yeah. So I took a picture with him, and I like edited out his face because I knew it was, would get mad at me. But anyway, we played the set at 6 a.m. Ended up playing a whole hour over our time slots. We played 2 hours instead of an hour for like maybe 30 people on the third stage of Dance Fest while the sun was coming up on a Monday morning.
Yes.
So there's my story. There's my
maybe I wasn't that same night. I do you remember seeing that picture of him like levitating on the Dance Festopia stage?
I think so.
His
he's like really high in the air. Yeah, and he jumps super high.
Yeah, he had no shoes on, and it was a shot from the side, and he just like jumped up in the air, and
he does this weird thing where he like pulls his leg up too, like when he's in the bear suit.
Just one of them.
Yeah, just one of them. I'm like, why are you doing that, bro? Because he's like, it's hot up there, man.
Yeah.
You get sweaty jumping around and playing, rhythm dubstep.
But it was I remember it was like Harry Potter, Levioso, something Levioso.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Yes.
Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
I'm not even a Harry Potter cat, but
that was his caption. I'm so getting old school. I've been on Instagram in a minute, but that was his caption was Wingardium Levioso, and he posted that picture and it blew up, and I was like, oh, that's cool. That was my favorite part about doing photography at that stage. Did you ever know about did you ever hear the story of how I got into Dance Festopia the first year?
No, I didn't.
I'm trying to see if I have I'm gonna grab my phone real quick.
Okay.
You got to see this picture.
Do your thing, man.
Put this here.
Do your thing.
Oh.
Sam's got a sick setup in here, man. This is cool.
You feel it?
Yeah, it's great, dude. It's awesome. How we doing, stream? Anybody here?
I think so. There's like 5 people.
Chat in. Say what's up.
Okay, I don't have my, I think my phone is upstairs. Either that or...
Whoa.
Yo, I actually think I left it outside sitting on a car.
Damn.
Yeah, well, give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, you're good, bro. Do your thing.
Let them know about your, I don't know.
I'm gonna pop over and read the comments real quick.
Do it.
Grace, I see you. You still here? This is awesome, man. I never get to do these. Whenever I do these podcasts, I feel like, well, usually I never do them. So this is like the third one I've ever done. But when I do, I usually feel pretty legit. It makes me feel kind of cool with all the gear. And I just watch so many podcasts. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I watch like No Jumper and what else? Like Good Mythical Morning. I guess that's not a podcast, but they have their own thing. But yeah, this is a pro setup. I've known Sam for quite a while, and this is a cool thing he's doing. Hi, Grace. Yeah, if you guys don't know this record label, Mom and Pop, check them out. They're pretty cool. Just started working for this label. They got Flume, Jai Wolf, Tycho, Hotel Garuda, lots of sick artists on there. You probably know a lot of the artists, but yeah, the label's super cool. It's an indie label, so check them out. Did you find your phone?
No.
Oh. I'll keep an eye out. You want to? Oh, I guess I can't call it because my phone's dead.
Is it not laying over there by you? Oh, it's right behind me.
Is it right behind you, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Switcheroo.
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 We've got a little bit of a switcheroo going on. Oh, dope.
Crisis averted.
Oh, that was. I'm gonna switch this.
Crisis averted.
I'm gonna like my own. I just liked it.
Likes are good for the YouTube algorithm.
Yes. So I actually found out that I have like this, this perfect album that I can just like jump to it really quick. But so I searched on Instagram. Somebody holding up,
The Dance Fest Pass.
Dance Fest Pass.
Uh-huh.
And this was like 2014. It's mirrored. I did that myself.
Oh.
So
okay,
he was like
okay.
holding this up.
That was freaky.
Yeah, and so I mirrored it. Yeah.
It looks like it's a dude though. Like it just obviously his face is perfectly symmetrical.
Yeah. He did take that really prime to.
It's like exactly half of his face.
Yeah, well done. Anyway, so somebody held up a media pass, and then I was like, I'm gonna take that, and so I needed the other part where his thumb was, because his thumb was covering it, or his fingers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this part was, so I had to find another one, and so I found another one that had that part.
Nice.
And then I had to recreate it. It's
Oh,
like all of
okay.
that's recreated right there.
Wow.
And so then I took it, and then I printed it off.
No way.
Yes way, 100%. Where did that lighter go to?
It's right here.
Thank you, sir.
And it got you in.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's Borges.
Oh, I met this dude this year too. He came out. Not a very good guy though. he's
No,
he's kind of pompous.
Yeah.
That is so unreal. Yo, can you see this? Unreal.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
So, and I guessed on how the size of it too.
I mean, yeah, it looks so legit, like compared to that.
Yeah, but it's just I just put it inside one of these.
And you just laminated it.
Cut the corners perfectly like that.
Man, you're a genius, dude.
And then that's excision.
Mm-hmm.
That was can't remember her name.
Lindsay Sterling.
No.
No, wasn't her.
They had like the big drums and such, and
Cool, man.
but anyway, there's excision. That was pretty dope. That's what I was wearing. I had to look as legit as possible.
I like your look in this one. You got the short hair rocking with the glasses.
Yeah, the Bieber glasses.
Looks pretty cool.
What used to be my glasses, he totally stole my style.
Bieber Jack your style.
Yeah,
Jack
it
your
even had
steez.
like the headphones and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
people
legit.
didn't question. And I had a media pass too, and I was all access.
Uh-huh.
Like, I was on the stage, and nobody questioned it. That's where I met Scuba, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
But-
yeah.
But yeah, that was the first one. And then the next year, I was blacklisted.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That's-
found out
that's
that I
bogus.
snuck in. But I went to go help set up the stage. And they're like, as long as you buy a pass, then you can have a media pass. So the DJs that I had lined up to shoot, with you being one of them,
Uh-huh.
I had you and 9 other DJs. Bergman was also one of them.
Yeah. I think I remember those photos.
That's when I met your mom,
Yeah.
was at that Dance Festopia.
Uh-huh. On the second stage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so those 10 DJs, the money that I made from you guys went straight to the ticket that I ended up purchasing to get the media pass.
There you go. So you
I broke even.
broke even.
Yeah. And that same Dance Festopia, do you remember the back to back between you, me, and Bergman?
Do I? Was that when the tent was so packed and it was like
Yes.
2 in the morning?
Yes.
And it was right before like BDSM
Yes.
went on, and or not BDSM. That's not the same thing. I meant BTSM.
Yes.
Not BDSM.
Black Tiger,
Sex
Sex
Machine.
Panther.
Black Tiger Sex Machine.
I said Sex Panther. We're both in the gutter now.
Yeah, yeah. So wait, anyway, they were about to play, and then we did the back to back on the packed second stage.
Yeah.
It was so packed. I
I remember
remember.
just we were going back and I had my camera like on the table and like I remember my job in that like back to back because each person has a role when you're going back to back to back. And one person is usually the transition guy that speeds it up or slows it down. And I remember I was the guy that would speed it up, you know, and like we would switch from like 70 BPM.
You mean
to,
like the
90
tracks
BPM.
you play? Like
Yeah.
the track selection is different based on who's
Well,
mixing
if
at
you
the
want to go
time.
from 70 to 90, then like that's like one of the most difficult parts about DJing is actually that most difficult is going from like 90 to 70. But
yeah, when you slow down.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember taking one and we were playing off the S4
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
S2. I think you had an S2.
I got the S4 still. It was probably the same one. And I also had that really weird controller way back. It was like the Zone DX.
Yeah.
Super weird, like unorthodox DJ controller, and they actually discontinued it. But
Yeah.
I like the S4, man. Do you DJ at all?
Yeah. We actually did. So we turned this table this way. I ought to show you it after this. Is that we did a live set on Mixer.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and set up these cameras to where and I was gonna hit you up. I was like, I should hit up Brooks, see if he wanted to do a live DJ set, because
Yeah, man.
we can do it, you know, the next week or two or something before you leave, but it'd be basically like what we're doing here, but with a
DJing
mixer
instead
right
of
here.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, nobody watched it, but still, like we did it.
Still cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Mixer.com/BubbaPug.
I'm always down for that. Yeah.
If you
Wait,
wanna watch
what
this-
is the slash?
/BubbaPug
Bubba Pug. All right.
is my gamer tag.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about that.
RuneScape.
Are you? Now we're full circle now. Yeah, full circle. What? Are you a console guy? Are you PC?
Just PC, yeah.
PC. Okay, that's
Well,
the preferred.
yeah. Don't get me wrong. I
platform.
played Halo. I loved Halo 1 and Halo 2.
Oh yeah, man. Halo 2, even like Halo Reach. I liked
Yeah.
Reach a lot too.
But RuneScape, dude, you were on RuneScape?
Yeah, man. It's so funny because I was playing RuneScape at the same time I was playing like Club Penguin. Like it was both at the same time. And I had like the membership and everything.
Yeah.
And I was kitted out, bro. I was kitted. My stats were crazy and like, yeah, I was hella committed to it. And I went through this weird phase last year where I played like a lot. I got back into it and played a ton.
I played for a week, and I think I got to level 76.
Yeah, I didn't even get that far. I think I was probably like combat 45 or 50.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I got pretty deep into, and then I was
Pretty
like,
killer.
I gotta get back into World of Warcraft because that's where it's at.
Yeah. Okay.
But I
so
played RuneScape
wow.
when I was younger.
I went through. I think I did the trial of WoW when I was like
Mhm.
12.
You get to level 20?
No, I don't even remember how far I got.
Dude. We might have to get you on that.
You gotta sell it to me though. Like I'm not sold right now.
Dude. Oh. Well, it's so much better now because you can get on Discord and actually like speak to people
Mhm.
while you're playing.
Yeah. Well, Discord
So-
is awesome in general too.
Do you have Discord?
Yeah, I use Discord. My little brother showed it to me. When we would do like Minecraft streams.
Yeah.
And we would do like multiplayer with all our buddies. Minecraft was a big one for me too. I
Yeah.
was a big Minecraft player. I've been playing since like the alpha of Minecraft, like way before it came out.
Really?
Yeah, like way back.
That was a game that took everybody by storm. It's so simple.
It's so simple, and now it's like the biggest game in the whole world, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you see every 8-year-old kid has a Minecraft.
Roblox too.
Roblox
You ever get into
too.
that?
Nah, I was never
I never got into
big
it either.
Roblox guy. But I remember my friends would be playing that like in the library, like during lunch in middle school and stuff.
That was before like they knew. Like now they have like you can't play games like that on the
Yeah, they
computers
got
in
them
school.
blocked and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like they have all the social media blocked, but it's so funny. The easiest way around it was like in the URL where it says HTTP.
Yeah.
All you had to do was add an S at the end,
Yeah.
and it would like let you pass. It would just like completely bypass the.
Yeah,
the
you're
blocking.
right.
I don't know what. I wish I knew more about CS because I like would know what that means, but
Secure.
yeah, it's just like a
It's
secure,
a secure website.
not anonymous, but it's secure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think.
Because a
don't
lot of
hold me
times
to
it'll
it.
default to the HTTPS, but
Do you have your own Discord channel?
I don't.
Have you thought about that as like a promotional tool?
Yeah, and also like even Twitch. Like I've considered like streaming on Twitch and doing like.
I would totally be able to help you
jams.
down with like what to like.
Yeah, I mean you got the setup, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's not a lot of people that like this VR1 HD here.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't. this isn't something that like a lot of people
Just
have.
flex the effects.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. But this is a box that is going to absolutely alter the industry.
This little piece right here, the rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the and then. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got here Brooks Brown. He's a well-known producer out of Kansas City, Missouri. He has acquired several contacts to where he has moved him into the box known as the music industry. He's capable and incredible and
I'm doing the R&B ad-libs.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for being here, and here we go.
Man, that's pretty legendary. Is that just the... You got the sway, like, hi! Like, you know that, like, the sway in the morning?
You can do that, yeah. You can map them to whatever.
Oh, you can just load up stuff on that? Like, load up clips? Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
I did make that. I should. That came with the program. I should make that clear to the
It's a
audience.
smooth little loop, though.
Yeah, I know, right?
I've been on that disco stuff, like, so recently.
Ooh.
Yeah, like, a lot of my new stuff is really dancey.
Are you? I think that we should. What time is it?
Call it a day.
Well, yeah.
You want to go till it's 6, right?
Yeah, it's 6.
Cool. I mean, I'm free until whenever. So.
Well, I kind of want to like move this off the record.
Yeah.
And show you some. Yeah, I'm super getting like I'm moving into synthwave. I want to know what you think about synthwave.
You know an artist. You know an artist called Home.
Mm-hmm.
HOME. Okay, I'll show you him. He's dope.
I'm unfortunately I've moved into the just Googling or YouTubing.
Like listening to music on YouTube.
Yeah, which is like
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it kind of is though. Like
it's crazy that it's the biggest streaming platform in the world, dude. YouTube is the #1, and it has more users that listen to music on YouTube than Apple Music, Spotify, and Tidal combined.
Really?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Did you know in 2014, I think it was 2016, 2015, that Snapchat was the preferred social media platform for those average age being 16. 48%.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Twitter was, I believe, 47%. That's when I told my buddy, you need to invest in Snapchat stock.
Yeah.
And
did he?
Yeah, I think so. It went from $5 a share up to 15 in a year.
Yeah.
If you want to throw out some statistics.
some stats.
We'll roll into the stats.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is a good way to close out.
Yeah, dude. This has been really fun, man. It's been a blast. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, we'd like to give a quick little shout out to those who enjoyed this fun time here and this beautiful evening. We got Giorgio on the keys and the infamous Tommy Boy playing the drums here.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like a jazzy tune here.
It's dope. Roland's obviously gonna make cool stuff to put on their demos. You know?
Yeah.
It's fire.
Yes. Roland. Thank you. A big shout out to Roland too.
Yeah. Shout out to the gang.
Oh gosh, I gotta stop the stream and then it will go black.
That's cool.
Okay.
Can we still talk over the black?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh wait, no, it won't hear us after that we push this button.
Okay. Well, thanks y'all. Thanks Sam. Appreciate you having me on, bro.